Your phone, right?
Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We've got some lovable stories that are making the heavyweights in the world of sport this lovely evening, and we will be starting from the home scene though, where the African Handball Championship, after their beautiful and outstanding performance in their last outing, Nigeria under 18 women's team has been chosen to participate at the African Handball Championship for the under 18. You know, they actually did well at the IHF Women's Trophy African Continental Face title, where the Nigerian under 18 women handball team they won that tournament, and now they will be participating in the 19th African Women's Youth Nations Championship that will be coming up next month. But quickly, we have the draw. The draw was held in Abidjan, that is Cote d'Ivoire. Nigerian, Cote d'Ivoire, that is Ivory Coast. They are drawn in Group A. Now, alongside Guinea, Algeria, and 2 times champion Tunisia, they will be taking part in this particular tournament. And Nigeria under 18 women, after they did well at the International Handball Federation Trophy Phase event in Africa, now they have that opportunity to participate in the African under 19 championship. Nigeria, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea will be taking part in these particular one. And we have Atolagbe, Oluwafemi Atolagbe, all the way from Akure, the Sunshine State, that will be joining us via Zoom. Atolagbe, welcome to Sports Update.
My brother, good morning. Okay. Good morning, my brother.
Okay. It's evening precisely. Sorry, I know the weather is a bit cold and you look so warmed up right where you are. But let's leave that aside quickly. The Nigerian under 19, under 18 team, though they will be under 19 also, will be taking part in the African Handball Championship that will be happening in Cote d'Ivoire. That is Ivory Coast precisely. What's your thought and what's your take about this?
To be precisely, I hope the team will do well. Going by what they did at the International Handball Federation that they just won, they will do well, because we must give it to Agbola Shitu. He has been doing well.
Okay.
So, and I hope that will, at least, that will motivate them to do better.
All right. Like you said, that they were going to do well in this particular championship. If you look at it, handball has been a very veritable sport in Nigeria. In the past, in the 90s, 80s, 70s, Nigeria is one powerhouse when it comes to handball. But thank God so far, we have been rising up again. Now, what do we actually need, as in what do we need to put in place to get back to where we used to be in the world of handball, in Africa and probably in the world?
You see, the EU is not even, the EU is not peculiar to handball alone. I would say what we need to do in terms of sports generally in Nigeria is to go back to the drawing board to see how we'll be doing it when everything was going very okay then. We need to go back to scratch to start developing this, both the boys and the girls at the grassroots. We need to do that. We need to go back to grassroots to make sure we started discovering all this talent. By then, we'll have a very future and a very good team in all aspects of our sports. So it is very important for us to go back to the drawing board, to start from the scratch, so that we have them. We should stop depending on the foreign stuff in all our sports. So the major problem and the major thing we need to do in Nigeria is to go back to the drawing board, to go back to the grassroots, start from the scratch. So that is my thought. That is my take on that. By doing that, we will get there.
Okay, we should go back to the basics, start from the grassroots, and then we can actually get back to where we used to be. Okay, let's leave that story quickly and head straight to the under-20 World Athletics story, where the council has actually deemed it fit to restore Peru back as host for the World Athletics Under-20 World Athletics Championship in 2024. Lima, precisely, that is where that event will be coming up in Peru. Before now, the Peruvian body actually came out and said, okay, they can no longer host because of the social unrest and the political instability that was going on in that country, and then the natural disaster they actually faced. And that was what they actually they wrote to the World Athletics body that they cannot host this event. But now, after everything has been put in place, they have been restored back to host the event. That was the announcement made by the World Athletics body. But let's look at this whole issue surrounding Peru and their hosting right. Sometimes ago, Indonesia also pulled out, though for different reasons, and now for Peru, they pulled out already, but came back and gave a very good reasons that they can host it. Now, what do you see about this whole hosting right? Countries pulling out of hosting events?
Well, the EU of Peru is understandable because with the reason they put out at persistence based on unrest, political instability, and natural disaster, you see, is a very genuine reason for them to opt out of the hosting of the competition. But now, when the facts, okay, now everything has come back to normalization, everything has okay, well, we can do it, and I believe it was not the athletic body that imposed it on them. They felt they were ready, they have the capacity, and they will host one of the best competition. That is why they went back and said, okay, we are ready to host this thing. So I think there is no big deal about it. There is no big deal about it. I'm very sure they will host one of the best competition.
Okay, they will host one of the best competition, that is Peru. It's a good one for the World Athletics body to actually deem it fit of giving them back the hosting right of this particular event. Let's quickly look at Nigerians' chances of doing well come next year. Now, we've seen that Peru has been restored back to host that event. The AFN, what do they need to put in place before next year to give us a very good outing?
Like I said, we must go to the competition with our best. Yes, AFN, thank God they put their house in order, and I know they will go to the events with our best legs, with our best sprinter, Kotamela, and other stuff. So doing this, I think Nigeria at least we are always there and we'll do better in the competition. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, there's no doubt about Nigerian performances at the World Athletics Championship. That is for under 20 come next year. Let's not forget that we're also heading straight to Budapest in Hungary, where the likes of Sebrume, Rutu Soro, and the rest of them, Nekwechi, will be performing for that is the senior level now at the World Athletics Championship in Budapest. And we hope and pray that all our athletes that will be going to Budapest will do well. And then come next year, our under 20 athletes will go to Peru and come back with medals. Okay, let's leave athletics and talk about some punches, some punches right now. Let's talk about Anthony Joshua quickly. Wilder's manager is confident that the fight against Anthony Joshua is going to go through. These guys met in 2015 and Joshua laughed last. Joshua won that particular fight, and immediately after that fight, the rematch clause was actually signed, and now talks have gone. In fact, this fight has been in the burner for so long, but now I think we are seeing signs that this fight will eventually happen between Anthony Joshua and Wilder. Now, but if you look at these two boxers, they are pound for pound boxer. Now, Femi, let's look at this way. Between these two, if this fight eventually happen, where are you tilting towards to? Is it Anthony Joshua? Is it Wilder? And what are your reasons that you feel maybe Anthony Joshua will win the fight or Wilder will win the fight?
You see, sometimes when we discuss sport is not always 1+1 that give you 2. You see, Wilder Joshua is going to be a tough bout between both boxers. See, looking at though to the build up, Joshua has been doing well, knocking out Elenius last week Saturday is a very good build up to that fight. If it will come up as been speculated, because what we heard now is that maybe the fight will come up in this the next year January, that is 2024 January in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be a tough bout between both of them. Joshua last week knocked out Helenius on Saturday. Don't take it out that was it not last year also? Wilder defeated Same Helenius in October last year, if I'm not mistaken. So the build up is very nice, but the bout between both of them for now, I will not say it will go this side or this side. All hands will be on deck. Let all the finger cross and wait till January. Maybe in the next, maybe let us assume few days to the bout. One can say it will go this side or that side.
Okay. Okay, yeah, let's leave boxing now and head straight quickly. Let's talk about these last two transfer on the show. I'll get back to you, Oluwafemi Atolagbe. Let's talk about this one. It's also concerning the Middle East, that is Saudi Arabia. They're actually taking every player they can take from Europe. Now, this time around, Al Hilal, a team that has already snapped up Neymar, is edging closer for a deal for Alexander Mitrovic, a Fulham player, and that deal, with the way it stands, it looks like it's going to go through for Alexander Mitrovic. He's one very important player for Fulham, but this time around, Al Hilal say, okay, come, we have the money. You are also coming to get a playing time. He will be playing alongside Neymar of Brazil, who has joined the fray in Saudi Arabia. If he eventually goes there, then he's going to also continue banging in a lot of goals. Like I said, the Saudis have the money to throw around, and they are just throwing it to any players that want to come. Take this money. We are ready for you. And that is what they have Al Hilal have told Alexander Mitrovic of Fulham right now to join the fray in Saudi Arabia. And quickly before we go, let's take this last one. It concerns Liverpool. There is a player they want to use in replacing Jordan Henderson, who has joined Gerrard in Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia also. And then we also know that Fabinho has left Liverpool. So they are looking for a quick fix. And the quick fix is Crystal Palace Czech Doucouré, who is a combative midfielder, very strong, solid at the middle of the park, and that is who they actually want to use in replacing these two midfielders who have left for Saudi Arabia. And that is where we'll leave it on the show Sports Update this evening. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Thanks for watching.